Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Kevin Hawk, and I'm here to deliver unto you the news that we have all been waiting for weeks, it seems. That we can all lift our heads high and rejoice. Tough Enough is over.
Yes.
This is the midweek wrap-up.
And we're going to start by talking about the end of Tough Enough.
Couldn't have come soon enough.
We started off, each of them were kind of putting together their gimmicks, what their look was going to be, what their music was going to be.
Josh, the underwear model.
Yeah, well, okay, so they each got to pick their ring names, too. And we had Amanda became Mandy Rose, Sara Lee became Hope, ZZ just added a moniker to his. He was the King of the Bayou, and Josh was the Yeti, of course.
Because you can't use Wookiee because that's copyrighted.
Well, his nickname is the Yeti.
He'd call himself the Wookiee if it wasn't copyrighted.
Well, he was on Talk as Jericho. The Yeti has actually been his nickname since high school. He got it in football.
Wookiee is copyrighted.
It doesn't count in high school. You can call someone a Wookiee in high school.
Well, now they're owned by Disney, so it counts everywhere. They would have back-sued him.
I don't think you can do that.
That's true.
Each of them got to put together music.
Disney doesn't abide by the statute of limitations.
And so when they came out for their match, the girls went against Alicia Fox, the guys went against Cesaro. Before their match, they had to cut a promo before their match began. We had Mandy Rose versus Alicia Fox first. First she did a promo as Amanda, and then she changed into Mandy Rose, which there wasn't a fucking difference. She had very much it was kind of a Kelly, maybe like early Layla kind of outfit going on. Had kind of a long neon green jacket that she kind of stripper posed over by the judges before she took it off.
She looks about as normal as Dana Brooke.
No, we're not there yet. She was clumsy. Daniel Bryan said it. She was fucking clumsy. Her and Alicia Fox did beat the crap out of each other, but she was god-awful in the ring.
I'm guessing it was more so because Alicia Fox was just mad.
Maybe. I don't know. She beat Mandy Rose. Alicia Fox beat Mandy Rose with the scissor kick. That really didn't have much of a setup at all. It was really, really lame.
And clumsy.
Then we had Alicia Fox versus Sara Lee, aka Hope. She came out. She had a good promo saying that Alicia Fox was going to be a footnote in in Hope's career, and that got a little like look from Alicia Fox. And then she whooped the shit out of her. Hope actually went.
She's small.
Hope actually went for her arm bar. She kind of flubbed it up because she did the Russian leg sweep and then went for a pin. And then when Alicia Fox kicked out, then she tried to go for the arm bar, but it was a really sloppy setup for it. By the time she got it on, she was too close to the ropes. Ref broke it up. So while she was trying to recover and go after Alicia kicked her in the gut, hit her with a scissor kick, and picked up the win. And then we moved on. Then there was a good moment where all right, the voting starts now for the girls. And so they go through, they talk about all the voting and everything, and both the girls are standing there, and Jericho's like, all right, and the winner of this year's Tough Enough, the female competitor, the winner is, I'll tell you at the end of the show. And both Sara and Amanda went, oh fuck. They were so amped, they were ready for the result, and then Jericho totally flipped it on him. He got a Y2J chant for that one.
Of course.
Then we moved on to the guys taking on Cesaro.
But then they announced the winner for the guys.
Before the matches.
Yeah.
No, we had
Before the voting even opened.
we had
WWE.
the King of the Bayou, ZZ, taking on Cesaro. He came out with this big alligator head, and it looked like an alligator skin cape that went all the way down to the floor. And he was in a very almost
King Cuerno, Prince Puma-esque.
very much so. He looked like a chubby Tarzan with his whole get-up with cowboy boots. He did really good.
Chubby Tarzan, cowboy.
His biggest flub was...
That should be a gimmick.
What?
Chubby Tarzan, cowboy.
No. Well, it is. It's
Bull Dempsey?
It's the King of the Bayou,
Oh.
ZZ.
Okay.
ZZ did really good. Like, his biggest mess up was he went for a second drop down and didn't drop down fast enough, and so Cesaro actually had to, like, stop and then just kind of stop the spot there. They did do a drop down spot at the beginning of the match, and it went really well. He had really good charisma going into doing the Gator Clutch. He hit the flapjack and then started doing his taunt to the crowd. The crowd was getting into it. Cesaro ended up reversing out of the Gator Clutch into the crossface and made ZZ tap out. Cesaro picking up the win, go figure. And then we had Cesaro versus the Yeti. He had kind of a fur cape kind of thing, very barbarian kind of...
Conan, the Calvin Klein model.
There you go, that's a good way to put it. He
Looked
came...
ridiculous. His like gray tights just looked like fucking underwear. They didn't even look like wrestling tights, which is weird because there's very little difference from underwear to
Tights.
wrestling trunks.
But
But his looked like underwear.
They did look like underwear.
Josh forgot his trunks. That was just his
He was
underwear.
like, this is going to be a rip, I'm just going to wear my underwear out there. He was actually supposed to have trunks over the top of
He had
it.
like long pants, a shirt, gloves, boots, everything. He just underwear.
He walks out and Jericho goes, what the fuck? He had a pretty solid match. There was, each of them had their thing that they kept trying to go to.
He apparently thought Cesaro's weakness was the corner.
Yes. But he ended up getting hit with the... Cesaro ended up taking the Yeti Bomb, kicked out, and was able to
The
set
Yeti
up...
bomb? Is that
Yeah.
the name of the power slam?
Yeah.
It's
Hit
not a bomb. It's a slam.
the Swagger Bomb isn't a bomb either.
It's like the Vader bomb.
It's not a bomb either.
Well, it is, but it's Vader.
Shut up.
Vader's round like
Cesaro
a bomb.
ends up kicking out of the Yeti Bomb, sets up, hits the neutralizer, and defeats the Yeti. And then we had a little bit of a breakdown. They all kind of said their piece. People got to vote.
I wish the judges would have done commentary on the matches.
Paige was very vocal.
The one thing I liked, she seemed like reacting a lot like
A fan.
A fan.
Yes.
More than Miz or Daniel Bryan did.
Miz had a lot of facial expressions. When certain things were happening, he was covering his eyes. Daniel Bryan wasn't very vocal all that much. Jericho kind of got into it. He was getting people into chants and stuff.
I loved the reaction on Booker T and Billy Gunn's reaction when Cesaro gave Josh the European uppercut.
Yeah, they're like, oh! They were all excited that he got fucking just...
He got floored.
Yeah, and he took a great bump out of it too.
I don't think it was by choice.
No, it was pure force by Cesaro. Then the voting was open for both, and our official winners, we got Josh. The Yeti is the new superstar, and our new diva is Sara Lee, aka Hope. And in Tough Talk, it was a lot of everyone shitting on Sara Lee. Like, everybody said that Sara Lee should have lost. Like, they're like, no, Amanda was the one that was getting it. Amanda has more of a presence. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, okay, so Byron went and talked to Daniel Bryan, Paige, Miz, Billy Gunn, Lita, Booker, and even Jericho.
Leader.
And all of them were so adamant that Amanda should have won the fucking contract. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you people? It's because she had more charisma. She played the heel character. They're saying that the fact that she took over that heel persona after, saying all kinds of shit, that's what was her downfall in the show. But then Triple H, who presented the contracts to both Sara Lee and Josh, came on and said, over the weekend, I was at SummerSlam all weekend long, didn't get to see my kids, and I had like 5 minutes, and I went to go see my kids, and all three of them ran up to me and go, Dad, guess what? We just met Sara Lee. So out of everyone that was at SummerSlam, that's who they were the most excited to see. And so Triple H kind of made a comparison that, charisma isn't about, it's not about who looks the best or who looks like a star, it's who makes the connection to the crowd. And that's why Sara Lee won, because she had a popular following, because she was a sweet, innocent girl that people were apparently drawn to as far as the Tough Enough votes went.
Yeah, I heard somebody make the comparison that she's like a female Daniel Bryan. She's like the smallest underdog-looking person in the competition.
Yeah.
And that made people want to root for her.
Yeah, and the fact that she was kind of like, she was in the corner for the first couple episodes, and it wasn't until Paige actually called her out that she kind of came to the forefront. And it was like from that point on, they're like, oh no, give her a chance. She's good. So, whatever. Tough Enough has its flaws, and I think this is why
a lot of them.
This is why it never really works. All it is another way to discover talent. That's all it is. I do hope that both these winners are able to go forward. I think they both have potential, and the fact that they're going to go down, they're going to train, go through NXT, and then hopefully make it to the main roster. Hopefully they have enough time and they can really, buckle down and make it theirs. Because let's make Tough Enough mean something for once.
Yeah, I think if Tough Enough makes another comeback, they've got to go back to the original format.
Yeah, there's always going to be problems with it, though. I mean,
yeah.
it's
never going to be perfect, but that's just the case of it being reality TV.
Fuck reality TV.
This is just WWE wanting to jump on the bandwagon of reality competitions like The Voice and American Idol and stuff. Whereas the original Tough Enoughs were a lot more like real world.
Yeah.
And nobody ever had nearly as much drama in the original Tough Enoughs.
It had its moments, but not as often.
It was, yeah.
This was way more forced. Even hearing hearing the Final Four on Talk is Jericho, even in Tough Talk, you hear them talk about how staged a lot of it is, because they're actually asking the producers, do you want me to go up to her and get into a fight? Is that what you want me to do? Why? Why is that a thing? Fuck that. We don't care about these people being bitches in this house or the performance center or whatever. We want to see them fucking wrestle.
Yeah.
And win, tough enough contracts to be fucking wrestlers, not reality stars.
Yeah, I mean, if WWE is going to get so focused on the entertainment aspect of World Wrestling Entertainment,
do another Legends House.
Just get rid of the W.
Yeah. Just be we. I'll stop watching.
Is we already a channel? I feel like that's a channel already.
I think it is.
Alright, they can't do that then. My bad.
I think they can still do the Wii Network, though. I don't think Wii Network is taken.
No, it's an app for midgets.
Oh, God. So, yeah, thank God.
That's the longest we'll ever talk about.
The best news coming out of this, we'll see Paige on SmackDown more often now. So, she'll be joining Charlotte and Becky more often on SmackDown.
She's a lot happier about that.
Probably. Let's move on to main event, where we opened up with Primetime Players taking on the Matadors. Primetime Players had some words for the Dudleys.
Yeah.
Saying that
They did one of their funny goof mock promos that they did on all the other teams one at a time.
Mm-hmm. And now it's the Dudley Boys' turn, apparently.
And I just feel like that's a mistake.
Yeah, I mean...
I kind of hope it's them against the Dudleys on SmackDown.
Probably not.
And the Dudleys murder them.
Probably not. Primetime Players defeated the Matadors. Darren Young hits gut check on Diego after he was trying to run away. He was caught by Titus on the outside. Titus tossed him back in.
He did a little whoop.
Yeah. Fed him right back into Darren Young. Darren Young hit gut check, and PTP won the match. We find out that our main event is going to be Stardust taking on Fandango. And Stardust said that, Barrett ruined his chance to take out Stephen Amell and Neville at SummerSlam. And so he made an example of him. And that tonight, Fandango is going to feel the wrath of Dark Matter. Dark Matter. Then we have Jack Swagger versus Adam Rose. This is yours. I don't...
Just you give me the dead fish of the show. I don't know what to say other than Adam Rose has gone through yet another transformation.
It's so bad.
He's no longer the party guy. He's no longer the artist.
Tell him what he is.
He's the party pooper.
He's gonna poop up everybody's party.
Yeah, the only hope Adam Rose has is if people just start to get on the gimmick ironically. Like, if the gimmick gets popular because it's so bad it's funny. Which, Uso at commentary was actually on...
You know what?
He was the number one on that bandwagon.
If anyone's gonna sell me on the ultimate party pooper gimmick, it's gonna be Jimmy Uso.
Because he said poop so many times on commentary.
And it was funny.
You ain't got poop on my party. Go poop on somebody else's party.
Oh man, it's so bad. I feel so bad for Adam Rose.
What I'm hoping is they're giving him this gimmick to fade into obscurity, so they can bring him back as Leo Kruger.
We can only hope, but I have a sneaking suspicion we will never see Leo Kruger on the main roster.
Keep my fingers crossed.
We can hope. Jack Swagger ended up making Adam Rose tap out. He got the Patriot lock on him once. He was able to escape, and then he went for what I'm guessing was, I don't know, he tried to run at Swagger, and Swagger actually threw him up in the air.
Yeah, like almost like a flapjack, but he held onto the foot.
Yeah, and as he came back down, he...
Which I actually, for a minute, thought was an accident, and that Adam Rose was going to land on his head. But
well, luckily that didn't happen. No, Adam Rose ended up tapping out. Then we had Fandango say that,
to the flapjack.
Then we had Fandango say that he was ready to get weird because it was him and Stardust next. They had a really fun match.
Yeah, it was good.
A lot of good chemistry between these two guys. A lot more than we usually see from Fandango. He was he was really into the dada with the crowd, which was good.
Fandangoing.
Yeah, the Fandangoing. An interesting finish to this one. I don't think even Goldust ever tried this one. Being the guy who's worn face paint for fucking ever.
Yeah, I give this the end of their match creativity points.
Stardust was backed up into the corner and was kind of like hanging out of the ropes, and he actually wiped some of the face paint off of his face, and then when Fandango came back to try and get him out of the corner, while the referee was trying to back up Fandango, he actually wiped the paint in Fandango's eyes, which blinded him and allowed him to set up and hit the Queen's crossbow and pick up the win.
Pretty slick there, Stardust.
So, yeah.
Pretty slick, huh?
I do like the fact that, Stardust started out like just kind of a really weird gimmick, and now he's really making it his own. He's making just...
He's definitely owning it.
Yeah, new things every couple of weeks, and it's making I love the character.
I like how much this match went to the outside for a while.
Yeah, they were on the outside a lot.
It was fun.
And, yeah, I'd like to see more. Let's get more Stardust versus Fandango.
You know what? I'm just gonna say let's get more Fandango.
Yeah, let's get more Fandango.
Fandango's good, guys. He's more than just pretty eyes and swoogly hips and the fancy pants.
Yeah. All right.
That was Fandango, right? The fancy pants.
Yeah, pretty sure. All right, we're gonna finish off with NXT from the Barclay Center.
Matches that were recorded the same night as Takeover.
Yeah, these were recorded prior to Takeover. We opened up with a big 8-man tag match with the Hype Bros, Cass and Enzo taking on the Mechanics and Team Gable. There was so much energy in this match.
Well, it all coming from the good guy team.
Yeah.
They were all hyped up, no pun intended. And on whatever. Enzo's freaking absorbed so much bleach into his head.
He had like that lightning thing, like the black lightning bolt with the fucking, like, blonde crazy hair. And he had like a brown rat tail on the back, which was really kind of ugly.
Enzo, what do you expect?
I do expect the weird
he cut a promo, and at the end, everybody did the whole "How you doing" with him. And Corey Graves came out with a comment that his worst fear had finally come true. That 15,000 people had all turned into Enzo.
And then we saw overly hyped Zack Ryder, which
looks awkward.
We know, if you are a person who's ever met Zack Ryder, you know that he's very chill when you meet him. We met him twice during WrestleMania weekend, and he was just very low key both times we saw him. And to see him all just fucking out of his fucking mind and trying to keep up with fucking Mojo Rawley, it's just weird. Yeah. But he tries, and you know that's all you can really do with that sack of shit that is Mojo Rawley.
I didn't expect to hear you say that about Mojo Rawley.
I don't like Mojo. The only people
he's a sack of moldy tangerines.
Mojo Rawley is my Titus O'Neil.
Really?
Yeah. And then my Sheamus is Bo Dallas.
Then who's your Mojo Rawley?
Oh, he's gone. That was Jinder Mahal.
Oh, I was going to say Scott Steiner.
No, Scott Steiner is my Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner can fuck right off.
His movie doesn't begin with a Randy
Yep.
Orton song.
No, it does not. This was a good 8-man tag. Lots of energy from both sides. We were able to see.
Everyone got in.
Yeah, everyone got a little bit of time. It was.
The highlight was Cass tossing Enzo out of the ring.
That was awesome. He fucking launched Enzo onto Gable, Jordan, and Dash, and then he ended up picking up Dawson and tossing him back in, and then things continued from there. Let's see, who was it? It was Gable that actually took the fall. He ended up getting the soft elbow drop from Cass.
The Empire Elbow.
Is that what they call it? And then finishing off with the Amore Missile.
Which they call Air Enzo.
I like Amore Missile better. So Enzo picking up the win over Chad Gable. And we find out that next week we already knew next week is the start of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. We now know that Neville is going to compete in the tournament.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see who he has as a tag team partner. But we also found out later on the show what the first match of the tournament is going to be.
Yeah, and it has some pretty tough competition.
It's
a rugged match.
It's going to be a very hard hitting match.
Possibly bowling shoe ugly.
Probably.
Just by the way these guys look.
Yeah, because we're going to get Baron Corbin teaming up with his good old buddy Rhino.
And they're going to be going against the most dominant tag team in NXT history, those Wastelandians, the Ascension.
Victor, I'm sorry. You are significantly smaller than everyone in this match. But yeah, that's a hell of a way to start off a tournament. Just watch 4 guys beat the fuck out of each other.
This to me is one of. It just dawned on me as I was talking about it. Is the best thing that could happen out of this tournament.
Really?
The Ascension back on NXT.
Yes. No, and
because I just realized the crowd is going to fucking pop.
Oh yeah.
For the Ascension.
Because that's where the Ascension is good. Thomas kind of mentioned it when we were talking about Takeover. If you go back and check out our Takeover review, he was kind of laughing at the career arc of the Ascension. But
yeah.
We talk about how going down to NXT is a good thing for some people, and it's gonna do nothing but good things for the Ascension because they're not getting anywhere on the main roster.
Yeah.
And now that the fucking Dudleys are back, Ascension is definitely not going anywhere. And we found out from Jimmy Uso on Main Event that by next month we're gonna have the Usos back probably.
Yeah.
Jay is on.
Jimmy said in October the Usos will return.
Yeah. So the Ascension is just gonna continuously get more and more buried with those 2 big tag teams gonna be back on the scene. So having the Ascension go back down to NXT for the Tag Classic is perfect for them. That's what needs to happen. We had a bunch of backstage interviews from TakeOver. Finn Balor saying that NXT is moving on to bigger and better things. We had Bayley and her family actually talking about her NXT title win. We had Tyler Breeze actually say that tell Jushin Liger that they're not done.
Yeah.
They are that.
That I found interesting.
Tyler Breeze plans on going after Liger again, trying to get revenge for his loss at TakeOver, but he has a bigger and better idea for Mr. Regal that'll put him on the map.
Yeah.
So
he's making a theme park shaped like his face.
I'd go there.
And
It's gonna be cute. Is it gonna be called Cuteville?
Yeah. And that's why it's gonna put him on the map, because if you open the map, go to the theme park, it's his face.
Huh. That's how that works.
Yeah. I'm excited for a Liger Breeze rematch.
I am too.
I'm curious what bigger and better things are.
I have a feeling he has some. When Baron Corbin came in and said that he wanted to be in the tag tournament, I thought he was going to be the bigger and better idea for Tyler Breeze. Team them up in the tag tournament. But obviously that's not happening because Baron Corbin's teaming with Rhino.
Yeah, to me, I just think of who else can they bring in? Because that just makes me think he's going to go to Regal and request somebody else to face.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Hulk Hogan.
Fuck.
I'd say, if it weren't the last couple months, that it could have happened, but now that Hogan's mysteriously disappeared.
Who?
Steven Richards? I think.
Oh no, he's still around. Him, Nova, and Blue Meanie were doing the recent ECW DVD, so he's been around.
Yeah, there's another ECW DVD?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did a little network thing with Joey Styles. So.
They're also going to be in King of Trios this year.
Yes, they are. We had Charlotte and Becky talking about their other Fatal 4-Way opponents later in the night, Dana Brooke and Emma, saying that they've been talking a lot of trash, and it's time for PCB to shut their mouths, pretty much.
May the best member of Team PCB win.
Yeah. All right. Now, we're about to say something that we didn't expect to say going into this episode of NXT Takeover, or NXT. We had a match.
Yes, we did.
We had Eva Marie taking on Carmella.
Indeed we did.
Now, upon hearing this, we're like, oh man, that's... At least the match will look pretty, but as far as wrestling goes, it's gonna suck.
It only sucked a tiny bit.
It actually wasn't that bad.
It was bearable.
Carmella can moonwalk, which
Good
is
for
cool.
you, Tony.
Yeah.
You're making your magic happen, Mr. Toxin.
Yeah, I mean, both girls actually did some good stuff.
They brought it.
It wasn't, you know, it wasn't the, well, okay, match-wise, it wasn't the prettiest match, but I mean, they didn't have any big flubs.
Sure as hell beat Dana Brooke.
No, we're not there yet.
I was gonna see how many times I can bring it into the show. Carmella kept going to the go behind.
Yeah, that's like her favorite move.
Her favorite thing.
Look what I can do. Bam. I don't mind watching Carmella behind Eva Marie.
No.
Yeah, it was.
My number one note, though, is that Eva Marie needs to own the sliced bread a little more.
Yeah, you did bring up a good point when we were watching it, that Carmella just doesn't have upper body strength, and that's what it takes, someone who can lift the person up over their head to really deliver that move with, you know, some gumption, like to make it actually look effective. It just looked really awkward, and I thought Eva Marie was going to crush Carmella's head because she's like twice as big as Carmella. So, yeah, I mean, it could have been a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah. I was expecting a train wreck, and I got fender bender with 2 shopping carts.
All right.
Something like that. Great analogy I just made.
I like it.
I'm fucking tired.
I accept it.
Shut the fuck
All right, so we're just gonna say Dana looked like a fucking whore. All right, she looked like whorehouse Barbie.
Best little whorehouse in Texas.
It was awful.
Glad I made that joke earlier while they were talking about the Texas tour.
It was. If I can find a picture, it's up right now. Yeah, it's
I
awful.
threw up in my mouth.
Like the gray,
A little bit 4 times.
the gray and pink hair that looks like fucking like hung over pigtails. Her fringy.
She's trying to do like the WWE version of drug addict Amanda Bynes.
I feel bad for Amanda Bynes.
Well, I don't. She's doing really good now.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Don't bring her down to Dana's level.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Dana's trying to bring that back.
Like Dana right now is like celebrity rehab Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, God.
You know, like there's the 2 levels of Lindsay Lohan, like the one like, oh, I'd bang her after a drink, or the Lindsay Lohan that's like, if she came near my private parts, I'd beat her with a stick.
She's the Robin Thicke Miley Cyrus. The rubbing everything on her crotch because of, I don't know, because she can't do anything else. It was bad. It was really bad. But even
And they're trying to push her so hard.
it's not working at all. Like we saw her live and she wasn't that bad in the tag team match that we saw.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. When she comes on, she'll be okay. And then she just, God, we're not even into the match yet.
Do we have to talk about it?
Yeah, we do.
Alright.
It's the main event. We have to talk about it.
She was trying to get herself all gussied up for main event on Takeover.
We had Bull Dempsey make his return from Bullfit.
Yeah.
Taking on the Drifter, Elias Sampson.
Hey, guess what? Another jobber gets a gimmick.
So yeah, we're starting to elevate these jobbers to actual superstars now, which is cool.
Ty Dillinger's the perfect 10.
Elias Sampson's the Drifter. We
Yeah.
got Reddy, Willie, and Gable now heading into the tag division. So yeah, we're starting to get the new wave of NXT guys, which is cool.
Good to know.
This was
Corey Graves was the
all
star of this match.
He's all about the Bullfit.
Yeah, I mean, he's talking about how Bull Dempsey's working on his cardio, focusing on his ab.
He actually had Rich feel his stomach. Goes, see, you
Yeah,
feel
that's
that?
Bullfit.
That's Bullfit.
He said the the NXT Divas are so good because they do bullfit.
Yeah, I mean, both guys looked really good. This wasn't like the best showing for Bull. I wish they would have done more of a change. I could have gone. I would have liked different music because the Bull song is just annoying. And the fact that he's like he's more upbeat, happy. He's not angry. I feel like he needs
More upbeat music.
not necessarily more upbeat, but less. It's just it's got a very like it's got a very a rough and tumble sound. He needs something maybe just a little bit more rock as opposed to just I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Well, give him a minute. He's gonna be back to fucking killing.
All right.
Because he looks good.
Yeah, I mean
He's fit.
Bull is fit.
As fit as a bull can be.
He ends up beating Elias Sampson with the seated senton from the top rope.
AKA Whoopee Cushion.
Whoopee Cushion.
AKA Demon's Toilet.
Demon's Toilet. Hashtag Vengeance for Cobalt. So yeah, I mean, he had his little fucking like boxing.
The Rocky cape.
Yeah.
Rocky robe.
Okay. Sure.
And he was really over because he's from Brooklyn.
Yeah. So he definitely had the crowd behind him. Yeah, I'm excited to see more from both these guys working their way up because we know Elias Sampson can work. We've seen him do all kinds of stuff, even when he jobs.
As I say, we've seen him do all sorts of
He's done a lot of jobs.
the end of days.
He's done a lot of end of days. Yes, he has.
We've seen him swing and land on his face a few times.
We also had Blake, Murphy, and Alexa talking about their not loss at NXT Takeover. They kept saying that they didn't lose.
They were robbed.
But Alexa says that next week she is going to send Blue Pants back to the clearance rack.
Which is like, okay. Sure, send her home. Because she doesn't like live there or anything. To me, it's like the worst fucking threat. It's like, I'm gonna end her career, or I'm gonna send her to the hospital. No, I'm gonna send her back to where she's billed from.
Yeah, if she hadn't
I'm gonna send the Dudley boys back to Dudleyville. Probably where they own property and their families are there and shit. So she can be with all her stuff.
as comfortably as possible.
You're gonna recuperate in your favorite place. Your bed, your couch.
Okay. Let's get this.
I can't. No.
Let's get this train wreck out of the way so we can. So we had a fatal 4-way. We had Emma.
Yay.
Dana Brooke.
Boo.
We had Becky Lynch.
Yay.
We had Charlotte.
Also, yay.
So you think 3 out of 4
Ain't half bad.
are great workers.
3/4 good, actually.
This match was awful. The only time it was good was when it was just Charlotte and Becky in the ring.
Emma wasn't bad.
Yeah, she was. She didn't do anything special.
Not didn't do anything special. Carmella and Eva Marie didn't do anything special.
No, but at least I remember stuff that they did. What did Emma do? Other than win with the Emma White sandwich.
Awkwardly. I don't remember.
Exactly.
I don't remember anything from the match because I kept having to gag and go away and vomit.
Because Dana Brooke is terrible. Yeah,
She wasn't even terrible. She was more terrifying.
She did. I don't know.
I've been more attracted to Luna Vachon
You know, I will agree with you.
than Dana Brooke. Like, I mean, can we do a side-by-side real quick of Dana Brooke from when she first started to Dana Brooke from this match real quick?
If I can find a Dana Brooke from this match, yeah, it's
fucking night and day.
it's a startling comparison.
That's why you don't do meth, kids.
Meth, not even once. Yeah.
I want you to not do meth.
Emma picked up the win with an awkward Emma White sandwich on
The Emma White
Becky.
sandwich wasn't awkward.
No, it was.
She rocked her fucking hard.
It was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty brutal. But
And
it
then-
was just the pinfall itself was weird.
Honestly, here's the thing. I don't think it was supposed to be the end of the match.
You don't think so?
I think Becky was supposed to kick out. My guess is Becky was supposed to kick out. Emma hit her maybe a little too hard.
Rocked her.
And maybe she
Rocked her fucking world.
rocked her or knocked the wind out of her to the point where she just couldn't get her shoulder up fast enough. Because the count of 3 was very quiet. The bell was rung awkwardly. Charlotte was very, very visibly upset.
Well, it probably hurts Charlotte just because her and Naomi had their flub up a couple weeks ago on SmackDown. So I'm sure it strikes a little bit more of a chord with her because she's already kind of had that.
And I feel like she was the one that was supposed to win the match.
True, because then she does.
She attacked Emma, which is sort of kind of out of character for the babyface in the match.
Yeah, and she hits natural selection, and pins Emma
without a referee.
And the referee's not there. The crowd counts 1, 2, 3, and she says, "See, I don't even need a referee." And then Dana attacked Charlotte, but luckily Becky was able to beat the crap out of her. Then they did the dual submissions, and then Team PCB walked away all happy-go-lucky. That was the end.
With their pinky promises.
That was the end of NXT.
I had way higher hopes for that Fatal 4-Way match.
I kind of wish NXT would have gone backwards. Because I think the 8-man tag match would have been a way better main event.
I really hope I don't get any main events featuring Mojo Rawley.
Mojo Rawley or the Whore?
Ebola.
We'll be talking about the Bola this weekend, or this coming Monday, when we have any news. But as for now, this is the end of the midweek wrap-up. Be sure to go back and check out our super long reviews. We've got reviews of Raw, we got NXT TakeOver, and an hour-long in-depth review of SummerSlam, talking about the controversial endings of a couple different matches.
It's the review that was too big for 45 minutes.
Yes. A 4-hour show does not fit into a 45-minute review.
No, you have to have at least 15 minutes per hour.
Yes.
That's the ratio, guys.
Coming up next, we'll be having the SmackDown Rundown. The Dudley Boys returning to SmackDown, having their first match in WWE in 10 years.
Hey-o.
And then we'll have the...
9, but...
They said 10.
They were just rounding, I think. When was the first ECW one I said?
2005.
Was that was 2005? Okay,
Yeah,
so it was 10 years.
Yeah, because it was after the second one that they started the ECW brand. It was in 2006.
Yeah, so it is 10 years.
Yeah. Then we'll be having our indie news where we will have results from Battle of Los Angeles from PWG.
Yeah.
We'll be having some updates on King of Trios, which will be starting next week. All kinds of exciting stuff, so be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, follow all them links down in the description so you can keep so you can keep up to date on all the stuff that we post.
Damn. That's like what? Facebook, Reddit, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and emails?
And Reddit.
Reddit, whatever.
Tom Colt does Reddit.
I don't even know what Reddit is.
It's a message board, pretty much. It's a really...
I'm not even 100% sure what a message board is. So...
The board with messages.
That's on the internet?
Yep.
Oh, there's that thing over there.
No. That's a dry erase board. Different. Completely different.
Okay.
Thanks for watching the midweek wrap-up. We will see you tomorrow for the SmackDown Rundown.
I don't internet.